This video is for 6th grade math, lesson 105. We're looking at using a compass and pi. So hopefully you all were able to get a compass. And if you couldn't have one, hopefully one of your, if you have older siblings, they might have one as well. So looking at using a compass is simply a tool for drawing a circle. So you've got a couple different kinds of them there. The one that you're gonna want is the one that looks like the, well, I don't really know what to say what it looks like. It's a little pointy thing on one side, and you can attach a pencil or have a piece of lead on the other side. We use a compass by selecting the radius for a circle, then rotating the compass about the center of the circle to draw the circumference. So keep in mind that the radius is half of the diameter of the circle. So when you open up the compass to the radius of the circle, the point of your compass goes at the center of the circle, and the drawing part of your compass is on the edge of the circle. So that right there is creating the radius from the center to the edge of the circle. You'll remember that from our time that we spent on circles. Now, unfortunately, I do not have a compass that works on the whiteboard. So kind of rigged one here with a piece of string and a marker, just to kind of show you here. So let's say that this is about 6 inches here. So let's say that we're creating a circle with a diameter of 12 inches. So I set my, now most compasses can't really do a circle that large. You need a big compass for that. But let's say that we're doing this diameter of 12 inches. So I set my compass to 6 inches. This is just to make it easier on the board. So then we'll say that the end of the string represents the point of the compass. We're putting it in the center of the circle. And then we turn it around, keeping it always on the edge. And I didn't quite keep it enough, but there we have our slightly off circle. So the radius of the circle is what you want to keep your compass set at, and keep a ruler handy as well. Most compasses now they have the measurements in the center that you move it to, and it'll show you how wide it is. Or you can use the ruler as well. Set the pencil point and the point at your measurements and set it there. So you can do the activity there. Draw each circle with the given radius and create those. And then you can use your ruler to measure the diameters of your circle and make sure that you have them correct by using the radius to draw them. Now looking at pi. If we know the radius or diameter of a circle, we can calculate the approximate circumference of the circle. Remember, circumference is the distance around the circle. We don't call it perimeter because perimeter is for our enclosed shapes made of straight lines, our rectangles, our squares, our triangles. Those have perimeter. But you can't use straight lines to measure the outline of a circle. You can use it to measure the radius, the diameter, but we can't use it to actually measure the circle itself. So knowing the radius or the diameter can help us find the circumference. Investigating the circumference of some circular objects in lesson 100, we found that there are a little more than 3 diameters in a circumference. The actual number of diameters in a circumference is close to 3 1/7. The decimal would be 3.14. The exact number of diameters in a circumference cannot be expressed as a fraction or as a decimal number. So we use that Greek letter called pi to stand for the number of diameters in a circumference. Now pi, we usually use 3.14 to represent pi, but pi actually is what's called a never-ending decimal. The numbers just keep going and going and going. And some people who are really smart or like to prove that they're really smart can memorize pi out to a lot of numbers after the decimal point, but 3.14 is what we use. And that's the approximation. So anytime you see that, that little symbol, the pi symbol, know that we are using 3.14 to stand for that. In our formulas, capital C stands for circumference, and capital D stands for the diameter. So a simple formula, the circumference of our circle equals pi times d. So no matter what, to find our circumference, we're going to be multiplying 3.14 times the diameter of our circle. So if you are given the radius of a circle, you're going to double the radius to find our diameter, and then use our formula to find the circumference. So our example, Sydney drew a circle with a 2-inch radius. What is the circumference of the circle? So the radius of a circle is 2 inches, so that means the diameter, we need to double the radius to find it. The diameter is 4 inches. We then multiply 4 inches by pi, 3.14, to find the circumference. So we would set up our problem like so. Remember to always write your formula first. Our formula for finding circumference. Let's make sure I'm in the camera here. All right, C equals, see if I can remember how to make a pi here, pi d, 3.14 times diameter. So we've already established that pi is 3.14, and we've already established that our diameter for this circle is 4 because our radius is 2 inches. 2 doubled for our diameter is 4 inches. So now C, circumference, equals 3.14 times 4. So from there, do your multiplication. Remember to keep your decimal point in the right place. We have 2 decimal points for both of our factors put together. You should have 2 decimal points in your final answer. So when we multiply 3.14 times 4, you can see it in your book there, we find that circumference is approximately 12.56 inches, or just a little bit over 12.5 inches. And we say that it's about or approximately because remember that pi is an approximate number. So it's not exact, but it's close enough that we can say that's the circumference of our circle. So looking at the practice problems, make sure that you read through these carefully and do them. Make sure that you memorize your formula, C equals pi times D. And with our first practice problem there, we have a secondary formula for circumference, and that is C equals 2 pi r. So that means C equals 2 times pi times the radius. So we can use that formula, or we can just multiply the radius by 2 already and use the diameter formula. So looking at letter A there, you need to explain why those 2 formulas are equivalent formulas, why they can both work, why they're going to equal each other. And then do the rest of your practice problems and your homework. As always, let me know if you have any questions. I'm always here to help. Do try to make sure that you're asking within school hours. That way I can have access to my books and be able to help you guys out there. So hope you all are staying safe and staying well, finding stuff to keep you busy, and hope to see you guys pretty soon. Have a great rest of your day.